the dust that comes across through the sky, showing how the land affects the ocean, and the ocean affects the land and the sky, the thin envelope of atmosphere above, how it all ties together. And if you haven't yet read E.O. Wilson's latest contribution to knowledge, I urge that you look at the social conquest of Earth, how human beings over the last 11,000 years, but look, going back to the earliest years, how it's our capacity, that rare capacity of creatures. Not many have ever organized societies. None have organized societies with the same capacity that humans have to be able to transmit through the ages what they learn and to benefit from that knowledge. Here we are at this turning point in history, armed with access to knowledge about how we have changed the planet in ways that threaten our very survival. There are a lot of smart, intelligent creatures on Earth. John Francis describes some of them, some of his favorite critters, the marine mammals, big brains, intelligent. I have a household with cats and dogs, horses. Smart, intelligent, but they don't do what humans can do. Draw on knowledge of all preceding humankind. And now, through communication, I mean, National Geographic has been about this business since 1888 of communicating knowledge and trying to entertain people while they're informing people, engaging people in the joy of discovery. Now, with Google Earth, and other forms of communication that are unprecedented, we have no excuse anymore for doing some of the same dumb things that have gotten us into the fix that we now face. How can we continue to allow sharks to be depleted when we know that here's the trend, here's where they were when Rachel Carson wrote her book, mid-1900s, the middle part of the 20th century, that is, 1951. Here's where they were, here's where they are today, 90% gone. Just follow that trend. Where will they be in another 50 years if we continue doing what we're doing? Follow the trend with carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. We can measure it, we can demonstrate it, we can learn from that and change the way we behave. Other creatures may know that the planet isn't the same as when they were young. I met a bird, an albatross, a lace-on albatross, earlier this year, in a place that magically has been given our sanction, our protection, out in the northwest Hawaiian Islands. Midway Island, land and sea are now protected. There it is, within that lovely strip across the ocean. But we've decided, well, we're going to protect that. Who are we to decide? Well, the fact is we are the ones to decide, because we're the force of nature now that can determine whether things live or die. And that includes us. Will we live, or will we not be able to prosper on this little blue speck going forward? It's based on what we know and then what we do with that knowledge. So, I sat with this lace-on albatross, who in turn was sitting on a little oval of hope, her hope, that there would be another generation of lace-on albatrosses on the way. She is known to be 61 years old because somewhere along the way, her little leg was banded with a number that has enabled us to track her age. Now, there are probably a lot of albatrosses out there of equal age or even older, but we know she's at least 61. Imagine what she has seen while she flies over the vast Pacific Ocean to pick up what she requires, the squid, the small fish, the things that's all that she has as a choice about what to eat. We have lots of choices. We don't have to eat squid. We don't have to eat those little things that we now, for the first time in history, can access. But we are taking squid. We are taking the little fish. We're taking the very life out of the ocean that keeps us alive, not as just rocks and water, but a living system that generates oxygen, that takes up carbon, that drives the chemistry of the planet, about which you will hear more from Dan shortly. You know, you take the fish away, you take away those processing plants, the krill, that, you know, they change the chemistry. All creatures change the chemistry of the world around them. In the ocean, it's the same. We have chosen to take them out of the ocean and put them somewhere else, altering the nature of the sea. That albatross has a name, Wisdom. Wisdom, beautiful bird, may know that the world has changed in her time. Seeing traffic increase across the ocean, new smells, new sounds, new things that float in the ocean, the plastics that she and other albatrosses scoop up and stuff, thinking they're feeding their youngsters. Instead, they're feeding them a fatal meal in some cases. She may notice those changes, but she cannot know what we know. She can't know why the changes have taken place, and she can't know what to do about it. We're the only ones. We're the only ones who know why the world is changing. We're the only ones with the power to do something about it. This is the time. 50 years ago, even 20 years ago, it was too soon. We could not communicate the way we can communicate now. 50 years, even 20 years from now, it may be too late to take action, surely to take action. We have the power to take right now. So, I'm thrilled to be here in Jeju at this IUCN conference where people from all over the world are gathering to share what they know. And I hope to use the power, to use this sweet spot in time to make the world a better place.